1:30. Susan, what's on your mind today? Susan, are you there?
Yes.
Go right ahead. You're on the
Hello?
air. Yes, go right ahead.
Yes, sir. I was just concerned. I have 3 adult children, and they all went to Catholic school, Catholic high school, and they just have a million excuses now about not going to church. That they blame it on the bishop, the priest, the pope, and my heart's just broken. And every time I say anything to them, they come out with this negative about the Catholic Church, and I say, if you don't go to Catholic church, I said, just find God somewhere. Just go to church. And they have a million excuses not to go, and you just feel like a failure because, as a mother, I brought them up in the church, going every Sunday, every holy day, and
Yeah, Susan, my heart goes out to you, and I know how you feel.
Susan is not a failure.
I'm getting to that. Yeah, you are not a failure, and our friend Dr. Ray, who does the Doctor's Ed call-in show, will tell you that as a therapist, a Catholic counselor, that the majority of the calls that he gets are from parents and grandparents who are wringing their hands over the state of their children and grandchildren. And I'm going to tell you what Dr. Ray has told me and what he tells others, and I think this is correct, that if we all lived 100 years ago, Susan, we wouldn't be having this conversation. All of your kids would be in the church. And even if you did nothing differently, they'd still be in the church. What's different is not you. It's not what you did or failed to do. It's the culture that surrounds them. And the culture has come in and drawn people away from the faith massively in spite of the best intentions of Catholic parents. And that's not your fault. That's not on you. You have no control over that. So give yourself a pass and know that you're not alone. A lot of people are experiencing this. In my judgment, what you should do is stop urging your children to go to Mass because they're not listening to you. It's not working. And so we need to try something different. If you try something, it doesn't work, let's try something different. And, you ultimately recognize that you can't make them. You cannot change their will for them. And you certainly can't pressure them into it. The best you can do is to try to draw them in through attraction, right? You can't push them in with the tongue lashing or an admonition. The best you can do is to hope to draw them in through attraction. And so just keep on loving them and keep on practicing your own faith generously and vigorously and publicly, but not in a way that is trying to coerce them, because they have shown themselves to be very resistant to that.
As we have often quoted a dear friend of ours, also a priest, who says they got to be in receive mode.
Got to be in receive mode.
If they're not in that receive mode, you're just, and you could be doing more harm than good. Susan, thanks so much for your call.